So this conversation was on Tinder, and my strategy for Tinder is a little different than from some of the other dating sites because I think that it's more known as like a hookup site. People aren't so much looking for relationships per se. So I like to cut to the chase a bit more. Also, it's a situation where you've matched physically. You said you like them, they say they like you, so there's already that assumption that things can go forward more quickly. So my typical strategy for Tinder is, or currently, I say, "Hey, little troublemaker" is my first message. The second message is, "Are you adventurous?" Third message is, "How do you feel about drinks?" Fourth message is, "My number's this, what's yours?" That's like the game plan. Now, obviously, you get derailed from that game plan quite frequently, but that's the game plan, just sort of a four-step escalation sequence. That's what I have in my head on a Tinder match in general. So let's look at how this one went. Obviously, I started with, "Hey, little troublemaker," winky face, as per usual, and then she replied, "And how have you already determined that I'm a troublemaker? Dot, 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 question mark." So this comes up a lot. Usually what I say is something along the lines of dare you to deny it. In this case, I said, "Just a hunch, dare you to deny it, wink." Her response to that was, "Oh no, there is no denying whatsoever, haha." And then she double texted, "Good instincts, wink." So this is pretty positive. She's agreeing with me. She's taking the frame. She's saying she's a troublemaker. She's saying I have good instincts. She's giving me a compliment. All very positive. So the next step would be, as per my plan, to say something about if she's adventurous. However, in this case, it was actually even more positive than that. So I skipped that step. I usually go adventurous and then drink. But she mentioned this thing about instincts, etc. And this was also getting towards the end of my stay in Sydney, so I wanted to make it happen quickly. So I just cut straight to the chase, and I said, "My instincts say we'd have fun over a drink." So then she says, "Do they, question mark? I don't drink." And then she double texts about a minute later, "Haha, joking, drinking is one of my top 5. So again, this is extraordinarily positive. Number one, she double texted. Number two, she sent this joke that was sort of a negative joke. And then as soon as she sent the joke, she realized, oh shit, I might have ruined it. And then she tried to correct and save herself from the joke. So this is saying basically she's really, really, really into me. This is about as positive as it can get without her being like crazy complimentary. So it's definitely time to start closing. So what I wrote was, "Sounds good. My number is number. What's yours?" And she says, "Mine is," and sends her number. Very, very, very straightforward from there. And actually, you'll be shocked how often it goes exactly this straightforward. All right, so let's cut to the text conversation on the actual phone. I started out and I said, "Hey, little troublemaker, it's Todd." That's a callback to the conversation we just had previous. This all happened right away after. There was almost no lag time here, so it was almost a straight continuation from the Tinder. And the Tinder had been pretty quick as well. So this is really, really to the point. And so she replies, "Hey, big troublemaker, you obviously already know what are you up to this delightful Monday evening?" So I actually called her here, and then she didn't pick up. So then I texted, "Trying to meet up with a feisty girl for a drink." Again, I can be very direct here because we're very direct in the Tinder, and also it's almost no time lag, so we're just continuing that thread on. And then she responds, "Your game. Feisty girls are tough, but underneath it all, they can be lovely. Haha, and I didn't screen your call. Finishing up boring work bits for the morning." Okay, so, she's obviously down to talk, but she is at work, et cetera, et cetera. So let's sort it out the best we can. It sounds like the big thing is just to either get her on the phone or set up a plan, but I think getting her on the phone is the best bet. So I think that's what I'm about to do. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just very blatant. I say, "Shall we talk when you're done?" So again, just want to get her on the phone, want to get things going. It's all positive. It's just a matter of sorting it out. So she responds, "I finished a little later than planned. I'm definitely giving myself an early mark tomorrow. Now I must sleep, and tomorrow we can make plans for drinks and trouble." So then I say, "Sounds good," smiley face. There's no reason to push it or try for anything right now. She says she's already wants to make plans for drinks tomorrow. That's all positive. Go, "Sound good," smiley face. And then I just leave it. And then the next day I text, "When are you likely free tonight?" Okay, so again, there's no reason to think that it's not on. We've agreed to drinks. She's suggesting drinks. There's no reason to mess with it. I could try and get her on the phone. Usually I prefer to do a phone before date, but again, if I can get her to meet up like right next to where I live and there's almost no commitment or no risk on my part, then I may as well just get her out. So I said, when are you maybe free tonight? She says, I'll be all done and free with work and eating by 7:30, smiley face. So at this point, we have a plan for 7:30. I kind of wanted to make it an earlier plan, though, because I was potentially planning on doing another date later after this. So what I said was 7:30 works, or you could come before eating if you're fairly confident we'll like one another. Idea here being that I could get her out earlier and then have the drink and then maybe continue it into something really good if she was really hot. Otherwise, it's an early enough date that I could like cut it and get on to a later evening date. Again, if you're scheduling multiple dates in one day, this is an important factor. So she responds, and where would I be coming? I tell her an address. She says, I know well, that's the place I suggested. Is that your local? My lovely auntie is already cooking family dinners for the evening, so we could reschedule for tomorrow night, and I'll come before any eating and drinking. Turns out I was leaving town the next day, so I wanted to just schedule it, so I just agreed to the initial plan, and I said, I'm flying to Melbourne tomorrow, so 7:30 will do. So she says, I've been working from home today, so you're forcing me to get all prettied up, but I will. See you at 7:30. How long are you in Melbourne for? Okay, so this is all positive. I basically have the date at this point. And so I said, I'll be there about a week. Look forward to seeing you tonight just to truly solidify it. So at this point, we're all good. We're set for 7:30. Nothing more to be done. And she says, lucky you, see you at 7:30, just to double confirm. All right, so this is very straightforward, very easy, no big deal. Done and done.
Hi.
How are you?
Sound the only shorthand for
What's
go
that?
here.
Yeah, fair enough. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Can't complain. Yeah. Yeah, you were hiding back here.
Yeah.
I expected, you to be excited, waiting by the door for me to come in.
Eager, ready with drinks and like party poppers.
Yeah, where were you on that? I'm so disappointed.
So you get to travel all around the country sharing your message or your company's message.
My message, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. People listen to me for some reason. Don't ask me why. I'm sure by the end of the night you'll be like, yeah, you seem charming and witty and brilliant at first, but by the end of the evening, I'm just, shy and sweet all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyone who's a public speaker isn't shy.
Way to call me out. I appreciate that. You find me provocative?
No, I'm just saying if you provoke a feisty reaction, then...
You have this very intriguing look about you, where there's something about you that is very sort of clean cut and innocent, and there's something about you that's just the opposite of that. But I can't decide. I can't decide whether to be politely, cutely intrigued, or whether to feel a little tinge of danger.
Depends. Probably both, but it depends on who the company is.
Fair enough. So if I'm really intrigued, you have to tell me about you first, though. I know nothing about you. What am I going to do with you? I can't decide if you're mature, sophisticated woman or if you're just still a little kid.
Do you have to be one or the other? In some things, you can be so old and wise, and other things, like a newborn seeing it for the first time. There's no person who knows and has done everything. There's always new things that you know nothing about.
So, sweet and innocent, or crazy and adventurous?
Again, do I have to be one or the other?
We'll show you more often.
Crazy and adventurous?
Yeah? Good, I'll take that. Yeah, my life's not very normal, so, I need the people that I become anything with, really, to be able to like make a spontaneous decision, do something fun. Yeah. You're very cute. This is moving too fast, so I'm very shy. Extremely shy.
Yeah. I feel like you're analyzing everything that I say.
No, not everything. I wasn't even thinking about you right now. No offense. I was thinking about like the Australian system for a second.
Yeah.
Not that you're not beautiful and not worthy of my focus or anything, but just I had a moment of like theoretical contemplation.
That's okay.
You have a cute laugh. You're welcome. You gotta stop looking at me like that.
Like what?
If you keep looking at me like that, I'm gonna start liking you. And what's your background? What were you like growing up?
What was I like growing up?
Yeah.
No, it's always sporty.
What sport?
What's that little eyebrow raise for?
Just thinking. You're very I'm very strong-willed. You're very strong-willed. We might not get along. We might hate each other.
Maybe might end up blasting you by the end of the night.
Might end up doing what to me? Say blasting me?
Glassing.
Glassing
Aussie
it.
term. Sorry.
Is that like hitting me over the head with a glass or something like that? Wow. Dear Diary, the girls in Australia are really violent.
Just like it.
Aw, you like me.
I wouldn't go that far just yet.
You really like me. I won't even admit it. That's good.
No.
You're not so bad. You're fairly interesting. You're fairly interesting so far.
Yeah? Maybe about a 4 out of 10 so far?
If you're a 4 out of 10 so far, I'd be out of here. I'm not that nice either. You really have to stop giving me that look. That's literally the look I used to give when I was a kid and I needed to get out of trouble. I'm literally trying to decide what to do with you, actually.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I like motion. I kind of want to give us 1 second. Thanks. I kind of want to walk around and explore with you and chat and whatever, but I feel like I should have another drink and get to know you first a little bit, because you might take me in some dark alley and steal my kidneys or something.
Probably.
Why do you have to be so feisty on the answer? Seriously.
Huh?
Seriously. Okay, when you're feisty, I'm gonna pull your hair. That's how it goes.
What?
Nothing. You're adorable. In your way. Why are you so feisty? How did you get to be so feisty?
See, I don't think I'm feisty.
You are a little bit. You have very cute hands. You have very large hands, but soft at the same time.
Yeah, I do have my dad's
they're very
hands.
masculine and feminine all at once.
Yeah, they're my dad's hands, literally, but a bit girlier and lankier.
Seriously, do you have any idea how cute you are right now?
Why don't you tell me?
I love making you blush. I like to make you think and blush, and I love the way you giggle. To be honest, it's cute. I don't know why that was a secret, but it was. You are trouble, though.
I'm not trouble.
A little bit.
I don't think I am.
I come out here just planning to have a nice friendly drink, not planning to really, like anybody, enjoy anything. And here I am,
What?
some silly Australian girl, just a little bit too cute for her own good.
It pays well. It's got good benefits. It looks after me.
I know.
And it's challenging enough that it keeps me interested. And yeah. It's not a terrible job. It's not like I'm working
Let us not speak of work further. You're too interesting and fun to talk about work with. I love your hair. I love that it's so hard to pull, but just barely worth it. You can just barely get enough out of it. Come for a walk with me.
Alright, I am gonna have to go soon though, because
It's
I
fine.
do have to get up at 5:30.
Totally fine.
Every day is the
Can we go out this way?
Yeah, we go.
I kind of want to show you one of my videos, but it's very personal. I don't know. Will you promise you won't laugh at me?
No.
You won't promise not to laugh at me? Asshole, you're such an ass. I should stop. I should not like you this much. I should not be unbuttoning you. Come this way. Come.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you this way. Okay, I'll show you a video, but that's about the most I can do. And then I'm gonna kick you right the fuck out. This is fine. You're ridiculous, by the way. Just so you know. You're welcome. I enjoy your ridiculousness. This way, sir. This way. It's quite possible Kevin, my assistant, will be here. Doing his thing, editing.
Editing videos.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh,
That's a woman here.
indeed it is. Kevin,
Mattress in the bed.
I brought us a guest. Key lesson for this date is what I call like the buyer-seller dynamic, which is in any interaction, one person is trying harder for the other person than the other person is trying for them. So there's always the one person who's more willing to walk away, the one person who's screening and deciding, and the other person who's trying. And you'll notice early on in the date, I'm saying these things that are sort of like extra modest. The reason for that is she's sort of testing me. That's the normal frame that a lot of times will happen on dates is the girl's like, oh, let's see if he's good enough for me. And instead of trying to convince her that I am good enough or like that I have a good resume or something like that, you actually see me being extra modest, saying, I'm nothing special, whatever, I'm not that charming, those kind of things. And just downplaying things to like not be in that frame of selling. Because if you're not in the frame of selling, you must be in the frame of buying. And then you'll see the subtle transition throughout the interaction where more and more she starts we call qualifying herself to me, which means trying to prove herself to me, being in the frame of selling. So you'll notice that throughout the date. And you'll notice in particular on the kiss, right? She's qualifying her job to me. She's saying, her job's this, her job's that. And she's sort of like not very enthusiastic about it. And she's not really like selling it well. And she knows that like I'm not impressed. And so she gets flustered. And then that's when I'm able to go for the kiss. And again, it's a context where the kiss is sort of giving her value back as opposed to like trying for something. And then lastly, the baby stepping, right? Taking the girl home. I don't say, hey, let's go to my place. Hey, let's go for a walk. Take my time, walk around a bit. I actually walked the opposite direction of where I was staying. In fact, funny enough, I'd scheduled, as I mentioned in the online dating product, I'd scheduled the date literally like the next door to my house. Like I think like my house number was 28. The bar we're at was number 29 on the same street. But I didn't want to walk her straight home, so I actually took a kind of a loop. I walked around and back with her just to spend some time to get more intimacy, so that when we actually did the walk-in, it would be on a better note and with more chance of succeeding. So notice that, and notice that I even baby stepped the walk home in such a way that I walked away from the house first instead of back towards the house. Because sometimes you just need to be patient. You need to let things marinate and let them take their time. Typically, especially if you're not super good at game, it's going to take 3 to 4 hours with a girl at least, if not more like 7 to 10 hours before she's willing to sleep with you. So be willing to take that time. Be willing to like just get to know the girl and have a normal conversation with her, as opposed to rushing things. All right, be willing to take it little by little by little, as long as it's moving in the right direction. All right. So again, this whole interaction from the texting on Tinder to the meetup and pulling her home, really good template for exactly how to do it. So go do likewise.